Just muted. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the stream. Put that on right. Welcome, everybody. We are back again, and hopefully I've beaten the gremlins into submission. And yeah, so we've got our little friend over here staring at us. I'd say good evening to Miss Miranda. She was down mean mugging the camera just before the stream, so. But yeah, now she's looking awfully sleepy now that she's cleaned out her food bowl. So, go ahead and come back over here. We're talking on Kevin's stream about cleaning cars, so I want to go ahead and start and open with that just real quick, get that out of the way. And so we're talking about the cleaning cars. This is the Tomix cleaning car, which has the ability to be a vacuum. So that's what this little compartment right here is. And that's what I have it currently set as. This is a vacuum. And usually I'll run it at the front of the train. And then this is what I use for actually cleaning the track itself. This is the aforementioned god-awful expensive CMX car. But it works very, very well. So, you know, usually allows me, you know, I can do about anywhere from 10 to 12 laps per track, and then I'm done. It's clean and I don't need to mess with it. The one thing you do that I would recommend is after you do the 10 to 12 laps each track is take everything off the track and go over it with like either a terry cloth towel or a microfiber towel to get off the excess cleaning agent, depending on what you use. Like in my case, it's ACT. ACT does leave behind a pretty heavy residue. They recommend that you wipe off the residual. It will still leave a very thin micro layer of conductive lubricant on the railhead. It's actually meant to help DCC conductivity. So, and that's that. So, just wanted to touch on that before it got too far in and my ADHD got me to forget about it since we had mentioned it. Go ahead and say good evening to everybody that's come to hang out. George, let's see, what do we have? We have George, Spence Too Much, Holly, Jersey Bill, RDK, Russ, Beth, Raven, working down, Mustache Mike, working down. We got Jersey Bill, I know, is hiding in there somewhere. Dave, of course, Mr. Scott's Rails. Working down through the list. Hopefully I have not skipped anybody. If I did, I'm very sorry. Kevin, welcome to the stream, sir. Very nice stream you put on, sir. Don Cliche, welcome to the stream. Our minimum. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to kill your name. Squirrel. Welcome to the stream, Josh. Of course, welcome to the stream, Josh. So, okay, let's go ahead and take a look and see what we've got on the track, because we've got a few little goodies. So we'll start with the crest cam. And Rob Menaman, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the stream and the channel. Thank you so much. Okay, I know what I was trying to do, and my brain just said, "Durr!" Okay, let's go ahead and get this sucker going. We'll go ahead and cut the headlight on. Please, God, come on. Please work. JMRI, are we playing nice tonight? Are we playing nice? We're not playing nice. Alright, JMRI apparently hates me tonight because it's being a real you-know-what. I'm going to go ahead and wait for the preferences to come up because for whatever reason, everything tonight has decided to give me the middle finger. We are restarting Jamrai to where maybe it feels like actually cooperating tonight. No, it keeps saying the programmer's offline, which I don't get. But, oh well. Anyways, I'll do this the old-fashioned way. Whatever. Everything has let me down tonight. I'm down a camera that I would normally have that was going to be used to show something new. But, oh well, so much for that. We're going to go ahead and we'll go to the recall because I know this one's in here. Throw on the headlight. What we are starting right here is a Concord. Oh, that's why it's not seeing it, Jason. Oi, oi, oi. Yep, I realize now why Jamrai is not seeing the controller. Oh, I heard a ding, which means it saw it. It heard it, but it's still not seeing it, but that's fine. But anyways, what we have is we have a Concord Heavy Mikado that will be eventually numbered Northern Pacific. I did a little bit of work on this one earlier and changed out its headlight. I was not happy at all with its headlight, and so I went ahead and replaced it. And I will go ahead and switch this now to the lake loop. Yeah, well, no, it's the minute you hit go live, Dave. It's the minute you go live. We got Holly's little beer can tanks on that one. Well, yes. Lake Placid. Yeah, kind of at the moment, Dave. And what you see here is the lovely, recently converted Kato. Uh-oh, it's not making sound. There it goes. That's why I keep one ear uncovered. It's a recently converted Kato Heavy Mikado. Pulling a nice little string of vintage tank cars. That's a little fast. Let's back that back down. Sporting a caboose. The favorite item from our topics earlier about cabooses. And now, you can't really see it too well, but we're going to go ahead and go to this cam real quick. And you'll see the next thing I'm going to be starting. You notice a smaller loop of track on the inside. This particular track will eventually become the tram lane, or tram loop, tram line, however you want to say it. But for tonight, since I really don't have much that can actually navigate these curves, which are 8.5-inch radius curves, I do happen to have one thing that will. And this should most definitely be of interest to Miss Holly. And some others as well. Please tell me the camera didn't freeze. Uh-oh. I think the camera froze. That's great! And the camera did freeze. Okay. Well, we'll go to this view. You can watch the Concord Mikado go by. And if you watch the right side of the screen here momentarily, you will see something else. As long as this cam doesn't freeze. Yeah, Kevin, I was hoping to as well. It's just being a pain in the you-know-what. So, I'm going to check this camera real quick, because this camera, there's actually another train in that, and for whatever reason, it's not wanting to work. There it goes. Alright. That's the, here it comes. Now you're going to get a good view of it. Paul Bam, welcome to the stream, and yes, it seems to be going that way. Will Loves Trains, welcome to the stream. AJ and DV2 Squad 2.0, welcome to the stream. And there you go, Holly. She's running a little fast, but we'll go ahead and slow her down just a little bit. The loop, the inner loop, is DC only right now. And the locomotive that is running in it is my older daughter's, it's her train. It is an Atlas 440 American, pulling a set of 3 Bachmann old-time coaches. Yes, Kevin, I would agree, and thank you very much for suggesting that. Dave, it's not like the one that you have. It looks very similar, but it is not. I do very much want one like you have, and they do make them in N scale. I just do not have them. Oh, look, here we go. We got 2 trains at once. Looking like they're racing down the straightaway. Thank you very much, Dave. It's a nice little locomotive. Tinsley Field, welcome to the stream. I'm waiting for my tablet that I had purposely charged up and had ready to use for chat when I'm not at the desk. Charged up and everything, and I went while fighting with the camera that decided to not play nicely, as well as other things. I forgot to turn it on. I do not have any Canadian. Not yet. I have no Canadian motive power. I used to a very long time ago. Well, very long time ago, like 8 years ago. When I was last very active in the hobby and built this layout initially. I did actually have quite a few. I had some CP locomotives. I had some CN locomotives. I do plan on getting some again. Especially with the CPKC merger. Matter of fact, last weekend while I was at the train shop, I was actually at Arnie's Trains in Los Angeles with my dad. And I was looking at, they had several CP locomotives and had the very nice new CPKC livery, which is, I love it. I really do love it. Yes, no, I definitely want some Canadian motive power, for sure. I just been pouring everything into this time and money wise, trying to get to the point where I can have that brown and green stuff in the background right there over the entire layout. So instead of looking like, we're in Siberia, we're actually in a place with some color. Hi, Jason. Stop by. Lynn McCurdy, welcome to the stream. Hi, Lynn. Welcome to the stream. Stop by for a few, getting ready to take the grandson to his job. Awesome. Nice. Well, thank you very much for stopping by. I did put a decoder in the FEC unit. The FEC does have a decoder in it now. So I could technically run a juice train. Big Rich's trains, are you talking about the one in LA? I do not go to any clubs in LA unless I'm visiting. And I happen to be in the area. I will go to them. Newt, welcome to the stream. And yes, it is N scale. Sorry, Newt, if I missed your question about what scale it is. It is N scale, yes. Oh, very nice, Josh. Yes, and please, if you guys don't already, which many of you already do, because that's how I met you and you met me, please go stop by, show Mr. Scott's Rails some love. We'll go ahead and, since I can do this, go to channel, copy, paste. This is Mr. Scott's Rails channel. If you haven't already been there or visited him, please do so. Let's go ahead and find this gentleman's page as well. There's a few good streamers in here tonight that bring their own spice, and they're great friends and they're great fun to hang out with. This is Mr. Kevin's Tiny Trains. Oh, thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Scott's Rails. Yeah, instead of saying Scott Rails. Sorry. Well, you should technically only have one T then. Then you could actually be like the Scott Rails. If you can, throw Lynn. Throw Lynn in there, Lynn McCurdy, and throw JP, Jean-Pierre, please. See, and I say Jean-Pierre in my own screwed up American way. I have some Canadian rolling stock. I have some CN. I have some CP. I have some that is actually waiting on trucks that I picked up not long ago. And I do have some odds and ends CP, CN stuff. But I've got stuff like this that's currently awaiting trucks. So I do have some Canadian rolling stock of various types. I just do not have any motive power, unfortunately. Make sure everybody's still rolling good. Everybody's still running good. All right. Holly. Really, Lynn? It's going to be in Lancaster next year. I'm going to have to try and make a plan to go visit. Me and my wife used to actually travel quite a bit. Here, you know what? Let's do this. We'll just put Crest Cam on. I'll put on scene switchers so you guys can see trains and I can still talk. Um, it's a good shot right here. You can see all the different lines. You can see the loop in the middle that's going to eventually be the tram line. Canadian Locomotive Logistics, welcome to the stream, sir. And Iceman, welcome to the stream. Stopped at the train shack today in Los Angeles, San Pedro. Oh, very nice, Big Rich. Yeah, we went to two. We went to two over the weekend because we were there on Friday for a funeral. And we went to one on Friday in between all the funeral services and the celebration of life that evening. We hit one of the train shops. I can't remember. I want to say it was the Whistle Stop. I think it was the Whistle Stop. We stopped by there. See, I was going to ask you about that, Dave. I remember you going. I was going to ask you if you got any goodies. Hey, everybody. Kevin, if you can go ahead and throw Russ. Throw a nice little link in there for Russ, please. Julian Mirza, you are the second railroader with an Airbus aircraft on display. Airbus? I wish I had an Airbus. I do not have an Airbus. I have an Airbus MCD or FCP on my desk, or FCU on my desk, but I don't have an Airbus on display. I have a 737, which is the Alaskan, and I have a 767 and a DC-9. But I do fly Airbus in Flight Sim. So here, I'm going to go ahead and stop the scene switcher real quick. And for those that haven't ever seen it, I'm going to go ahead and actually, I'm going to do this first so that I don't make everybody sick. Here's my desk. Here is the Airbus FCU. This is, for those that don't know anything about aircraft or aviation, this is the autopilot control panel for an Airbus aircraft. It'll work for a 320, 319, 321, 330, the only 340. The only ones that are different are the 350 and 380. But this is what I use, just part of what I use for Flight Sim. But anyways, back to trains. Enough of me definitely showing off my nerdism. Thanks, Julian. I have... Uh-oh. Are we already... Oh, my lord. The stream is doing its thing again. Okay, it's back again. All right. Yeah, on my side, it was going crazy. Okay. Julian, yeah, I have ties to other Sims too, but this is about the chooches, so we'll go ahead and go back over here to the lake loop as the Mikado goes cruising through. Looks like the video's looking okay. And I've gone off. Everybody, make sure that you click the live button on the screen. That way you're not stuck in the past like mine just was. If you're not having any problems, awesome. That's great. I prefer it that way. But yeah, so I've been joking, you know, Lynn McCurdy, thank you so much for the sub. And again, thank you for coming and hanging out. Much appreciated. Much, much appreciated. And I kicked on the scene switcher, so it should start hopping around here any minute. You know, sometimes even though I've turned this thing down to like 30, 45 seconds, it still seems like an eternity before it actually hops around. Oh, nice, Russ. Very nice. Yes, no, Beth, you are very welcome to stay. Newt, thank you very much for the subscription, and thank you for coming and hanging out tonight. Okay, looks like the scene switcher is finally kicked in. Unfortunately, it looks like there's no trains anywhere in that camera. Because they're all on the other end of the layout. Or the behind the camera. Yes, sir. I try and make it every Friday morning if I can. Luckily, a lot of the streams like Anthony, you guys in the morning, Anthony in the afternoon, Donegal Dad, streams like that. They fall in perfect little time windows where I'm not busy either going and picking up my 4-year-old from school or tied up working on this thing. So before I got back into model railroading, was building static commercial aircraft models. Now it's a balance of the two. Oh, very nice, Julian. Well, I used to have quite a few aircraft actually hanging from the ceiling in here. I have a few still. I have about four are left out of, I think I had close to a dozen planes. I've got 4 left in here. Those were all radio controlled aircraft. And it's just, I didn't have time. And with my leg injury, it's kind of hard to stand at the flight line if you're losing your balance. Crazy Trains, welcome to the stream. All of the N-scale groups and whatnot that I'm part of are all on Facebook. Hey, Kev, you want to go grab a link to Dave's Facebook group? I'm not sure if you're on Facebook or not, Newt. Dave, Mr. Scott Rails, has a Facebook page that everybody likes to post on. Oh, yes, Josh. Here, let me go over to it real quick. You get a nice little shot of it right there. It's a nice little Atlas 440. And those are Bachmann old-time passenger coaches. It's funny because only the front car and the rear car have microtrains on them. It's just so that they can hitch up to other things. Everything between's all Rapido. So, saved me having to... Well, eventually they'll get converted. I just haven't gotten there yet. And that is, again, my oldest daughter's. Beth left? She shouldn't have left. Did I miss something she said? Did I upset her? What did I miss? Did I wasn't ignoring Beth. What happened? The only times I saw Beth pop up, it was like she was saying something about she couldn't talk. You know what? I can say that I've been having problems on YouTube lately. I've been having problems lately with YouTube telling me that, oh, something went wrong, try again. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah, because I don't have anything censored, I don't think. You know, between myself monitoring chat and the mods, I don't have any filters on. I don't have a mod bot or anything. So there shouldn't be anything that she was getting caught up with for filter wise. So Okay, Newt. Oh, you must be talking about out on Friant and Alluvial. I think it is. Must be Friant and Alluvial. Yeah, exactly, Russ. Beth has always been great. So I have absolutely zero issue with Beth. So it's not like there's nothing she couldn't have been automated or anything. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. YouTube might just be doing something really stupid, which sucks. Yes, Holly, exactly. Eugene Cleese, welcome to the stream. We're doing good so far tonight. We've got 3 trains running tonight on 3 different tracks. I'm running the little 040 or 440. Fred and Lynn are now in the group. Awesome. Hey, Dave. Welcome to the stream. We're running the little 440 and the little old-time passenger cars on the inside loop because they're, other than the little UP switcher I have, and maybe the little Liberty train that my wife owns, those are the only things we got that'll take an 8.5-inch radius curve. So, yeah, Josh, I totally agree. It's been acting really weird. Yes, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it. You know, just hit the like button for me. And if you haven't already, subscribe. I'd be greatly appreciated. We're trying to build up the new community. Well, a new community, or in addition to an existing community. You know, thanks to, you know, the help with, you know, from Dave, Scott Rails, and Kevin's Tiny Trains. You know, thanks to them, you know, it's really helped kind of get me going down the road again. Nobody tells you what to do. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of really goofiness going on with YouTube lately. There just really has been. So, now one of the things I can do tonight, if anybody's interested, I know Miss Holly specifically loves seeing all the little steamers running. And I do plan on running other steamers. Big Richest Trains. I don't have any Broadway at the moment, but I've had Broadway in the past. I actually had a nice set of E units. I had E8s, I believe they were. It was an AB set that I bought initially, where only the A was powered. I've ended up finding a powered B unit down the line and added that to the AB set. And then I happened to be at a train show and found a real good deal on what's called Precision Craft, which is what Broadway Limited was before they became Broadway Limited. And so I added it to the... Uh-oh. Steamer issue. I see what happened. Let's not burn up the little steamer. You know, it handles the corners pretty well, but every once in a while it'll throw the lead wheel off the pilot truck, and I do not know why for the life of me. But no harm, no foul. Off we go. I also don't want to destroy my daughter's steamer. She'd kill me. And trying to buy a new one of those is ungodly expensive because they haven't been made in forever. Club, welcome to the stream, sir. The trains seem to be semi-behaving. Knock on wood. The double track, the main lines, Newt. Minimum radius is 17 and 3/8, I think, or 17 and a half. Outside is 18. Oh wait, no. Yeah, it's like 18 something. Or no, it's the inside 17 and 5/8. Outside is, oh god, I can't remember. But anyways, it's 17 and 18 on the curves, and they're super elevated. Um, Dave. Um, and other than that, everything is pretty much 19-inch radius or 28 and a quarter, I think is what it is. Kato's got some really weird track numbers. Mustache, yes. But yeah, as far as like the ones I like the most, I like anything that runs nice, and looks good. I don't care what brand it is, as long as it performs and does what I want it to. So it was Crazy Trains was Cameron. Got it. So whoever it was right. Because of course Dave screwed it up. Man, that one that Concord Mikado that I put that new headlight in, wow, that thing is really bright. Yeah, hopefully, Holly. I definitely enjoyed her, her being around. Yeah, same, Raven, same. Uh-oh, I'm getting the side eye. As you can see, Miss Miranda's got her head cocked a certain way so that she's looking at me with her left eye. She's giving me that side eye. Yeah, those Dave guys, man, I tell you. Here, let me... Oh, you see her head kicking around now because I'm opening her tank. Hi, Miss Miranda. Hi. Hi, Miss Miranda. You're a good girl. Alrighty, sounds good, Lynn. Look forward to seeing you back. Hurry back. Be safe. Yeah, I hope she gets it sorted out, and I hope she doesn't think we had anything about it. Yeah, Mike, definitely. Oh, yeah, Dave, for sure. She would. There will be an incident with her at one of these nights where she is going to end up probably running around the layout. My daughter's already said she wants to see a Godzilla moment. Nah, Russ, you're fine. She was, in there taking the blows, taking it. Ooh, that came out really bad. In there trading blows with everybody. So, all right, yeah, careful. Yeah, exactly, Dave. I was trying to watch my words. Yes, she did. That's what I'm saying. Is she was in there trading with everybody, so she fit right in with the group. Yes, exactly, Holly. Exactly. Oh, and I did want to put out there, I've mentioned it off and on in some of the streams, but I do want to say again, in case Jim ends up watching this VOD, I've sent him a DM about it, but I really appreciate him mentioning about using an AR1 with my power cap. For those that don't know, an AR1 is a Digitrax uh, um, auto reverser uh, unit, which is used for reversing loops on DCC layouts. And so Jim had suggested, picking up an AR1 because of that line that you see going through the tunnel back there. It goes around and comes back in over near the airplane, the FedEx plane. And technically it is a reversing loop. And so I was having short issues, but I did pick it up, and I did get it finally working tonight. Or actually this afternoon. I managed to get it adjusted to where it actually works as it's intended to. So one thing I do need to do is I do need to take note of what direction the train on those tracks are running, so that when I bring the next train out, I don't end up head-oning another train. Okay, so that one's... We're probably going to have to do some signaling stopping here so that... JMRI, why are you being such a turd tonight? I'm going to try restarting it one more time to see if it'll wake up. Had been working fine all day. Because I even added that locomotive to it earlier, and you think that would be cool to see? Yeah, I don't think so, Bill. Unfortunately. Whew. So where are the strippers? The stripers, RDK. It was stripers, as in striped bass. Come on. Killing me. Although the stripers would probably be having a brawl somewhere over there near the gas cans, the big Arco gas tank and stuff, because the slumland would probably be somewhere over there. It's over in the industrial area of the city. What I need to do... I really wish I knew why GMRI's being such a punk ass. Well, at least I'm not having stuff short things out and stop the whole layout. Don't know who would be having those kind of problems. I seem to remember somebody was having those kind of problems earlier. I don't know who. Let's see if I can kick it in the scrot and get it to wake up. No, my card is... Yeah, the USB card's being a total jerk. Well, it just goes along with half the other stuff tonight that just didn't want to play along and play nice, so that's fine. I'm just kind of whatever at this point. I don't get it, man. I'd probably have to power cycle the power cab just to get it to work right, and I'm not about to do that. Because I've got trains running. And the goal for tonight was to keep trains running and not have issues. So Dave, I went ahead and put all the tabs back on this thing. And on this USB card. and it's still it was working fine, and now it's not. So I have no idea what's going on. Need a close-up of that 440. I could probably work something out. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try one more thing with Jamurai, just to see if it'll decide it wants to play nice. I still haven't been able to get the consisting to work with Jamurai. I just can't. And now apparently it says to just consist it in the handheld and then just run with the lead loco. So, okay, well now it says it's online. The question is, can I control anything? Let's try it. Opening a throttle. We'll try it on the Mikado, since uh-oh. Something didn't go right. That's not good. We've got to run away. Trying to set a land speed record. Easy killer. Well, maybe that cleaned its wheels a little bit. Surprised you didn't lose any cars. I think that Mikado was going Mach Jesus. Yeah, it's funny because like the throttle I opened wasn't even to that locomotive, and that locomotive went crazy. Locomotive I opened was to the Japanese high-speed steamer. Yeah, for sure. So I think we're probably done screwing with JMRI tonight, if it's gonna act like that. So yeah, no, it nearly went plaid. That was pretty sketchy. But alright, so what we'll do is, now that we've got chooches running, the trains are running that way, so I will set up the next train to come out that direction. So, oi. I do not want to break up our little steam party because we're kind of continuing the theme that Dave did for Miss Holly last night with some steam, or with steam, in a way. It's 88.8 or something like that. Something. Yeah, the red log. Somebody threw the red log in it. That thing was gone. Choo-choos and brews, welcome to the stream. Oh, please don't mind the sniffling. Something has my nose all in a fuss at the moment. Okay. Well, since that's not working, I know this will. Select 765, enter. Okay. Now the one cool thing is that even though JMRI is not working, Peter, well, aloha, welcome to the stream, sir. Thank you for coming by. Same with Choo Choos and Brews and everybody, honestly, for coming out and hanging out tonight. What did Russ say? Alright, we're gonna... Oh. Never mind, it was on. Huh. Thought the air conditioner wasn't working and... Starting to kind of warm up down here. Okay, is it in here? Please tell me it's in here. It is not in this one. Where is it? I thought it was in one of these. Oh, it's got to be in the one underneath this one. It is not. Where did I put it? Oh no. Trying to find the train for the next steam engine. I can't find the box that has the train in it. Yeah. Where'd that go? Oh, you know, I'm doing this all night. Let's shed a little light on the situation here, eh? I will get a close-up of that steamer too, by the way, here shortly. As soon as I figure out where the cars for this train are. Should be the box. Yes, it is. Ta-da! Yay! I found it. I'm not completely blonde. Oh wait, yes I am. Okay, steamer's still doing good. One of the things I do like about having this kind of staging yard set up over here is it does make it a lot easier for setting up trains, provided I can actually see them getting them on the track. Fresno supervised you, haven't said anything to me. You're always messaging me in Dave's chat. Oh, Iceman, I did say hello and welcome to the stream. I'm very sorry if you didn't hear me. But I had welcomed you in. I'm just trying my best to try and keep up with everybody. I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry if you think I missed you. Why is this car not rolling real well? Oh, yeah, that could be a problem. There we go, that's better. Misbehaving passenger cars. Gotta love it. What's going on here? Microtrains couplers that don't want to couple? Huh? Give me 1 second, I can't see chat where I'm standing. I don't have the tablet with me, which is not very smart of me. Yeah. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, no, it's been very funky tonight, Iceman. But yes, I had welcomed you in when I saw that you had come in. Sorry about that. Let's make sure I didn't miss anybody else. Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, we know your lack of fondness for microtrains couplers. Now I'm hoping when I go to run this out that it doesn't stop or stutter or do something stupid trying to leave the tunnel back there, and it just comes out with no problems. But now that I've said something, I've probably jinxed it. But because this is going to take some juggling, if you will, to get the trains off the tracks, because I need to get one of the Mikados off. Getting back on track with Steve. Welcome to the stream. Wow, and the camera's still doing its little fritzing thing. Oh yes, ballast is definitely finicky work. Most definitely finicky work. Do I have anything missing out of here? Yeah, I've got a couple cars out of this one. Okay, so I'm going to save myself some work here. Ooh. Don't mind the old man sounds. Moving things around so it's a little easier to get around and do things in here. So, okay. We've got choo-choos running. We've got a new steam engine or steam train ready to come out. Okay. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Actually, I do. Never mind. Okay, we're going to go ahead and 765. Enter. And we're going to go ahead, we're going to take the auto scene switcher off here. BHSRR, welcome to the stream. I do have grades. I have 2% grades, actually. It is Kato Unitrack that will eventually be ballasted, by the way. And I do have 2% grades on both ends of the layout. And I need to set you up for this view. Because we are going to actually be holding this train, the Mikado. Go ahead and hold that Mikado right there. Take my tablet over here with me so that I can see chat while I'm doing this. All right. So we got this going. We're going to go ahead and now go to this. Huh. Should be seeing it here in just a second. Oh, that's going to be bad if I don't throw those. Yeah, snow melts very slowly. Snow melts very slowly on my layout, unfortunately. Alright. We need to get this one moving, or it's going to get run over by a uh-oh. Oh, now I did it. Yep. Now everything stopped because Jason forgot to throw a switch. Yep. Well, there you go, Dave. I've officially done the same thing now. Shut everything off because, yeah. Alright. Let's get this show on the road here. Yeah, but you know what, Dave? They do add to some fun. Now let's see if I can derail stuff back in here. What can go wrong? What can go wrong? Well, I powered the frogs, Kev. Uh-oh. Have a problem on that Mikado. When I split the switch, it derailed the pilot truck on the Mikado. How did I power the lizards? Well, my frogs are powered thanks to the power of Kato. Would you believe it if I told you that Mikado backed all the way down into where the staging yard's going to be and has not derailed? It's probably a good thing, because if it derailed right there, it'd end up on the floor. It is switched back for the main now, yes. I went ahead and just did that. Okay, so we've got the, oh yeah, the 765, for those that don't know, the 765 that is making its way around the layout, which I need to go back to scene switcher so that you can actually see the 765, which you saw it just go by just now. But so many people to block on your channel. Yes, Miranda is powered by kale, veggies, and worms. The Berkshire that is running 765 is actually one of Dave's favorite manufacturers. Is actually a Kato, or not Kato, excuse me, Bachmann. 765 is actually a Bachmann Berkshire. First run that they did many moons ago. Is it perfect? No. Does it run fairly well? Yeah, it does. I will tell you that The traction tires that are on that thing, I swear, must have like super sticky tape on them, because that locomotive will pull for days. It does not care one bit. Raven, have a good night, sir. Thank you for coming by and hanging out. Were you taking off as well there, Spence? I love it. The camera goes to a spot. Well, you get a head-on with the Mikado. Where is my passenger? Okay, there's the little train. All right. Yeah, easy to confuse me. Yeah, pretty much. Get some rest, Raven. You deserve it, man. Welcome back, Lynn. You missed me shorting out the layout as I was backing a train off the main into the staging yard after I had done so well. Yeah, no head-ons. No head-ons there, Iceman. We're definitely trying not to do that. The and for those that don't know, the Bachmann is actually my wife's. That is my wife's 765, because she has the thing for 765. We have a friend that actually has a live Steam version of 765. So she is very fond of 765. Okay, I can put this box away for now. How do I feel about FlexTrack for N-Scale? Fine. I've done layouts with FlexTrack. It's not that I dislike FlexTrack. I wanted to have a runnable layout sooner than later. So I went the lazy route, as some would say. Oh, you're in Riverside. Okay, you're south of me. I'm up in, as my name says, Fresno. So I'm up in the Central Valley. Dave says he hated using N-Scale FlexTrack. It has a learning curve to it. But once you get it figured out, it's not bad. But like I said, it does have a learning curve to it. So I have to figure out where. Like, that's the candy train. I don't have anything out of the candy train box. I don't know why that box is even out. Oy. Old man sounds again. Let's see. Oh, of course the box I want's darn near on the bottom. Don't mind me while I'm over here putting cards away. Yeah, learned a little bit, George. About expansion and contraction with long sections of FlexTrack. There's that too, Ward. If you have, large temperature swings. Yes, BHS they can be. September, starting at about mid-June or early June, it is hell in the Central Valley. There's a reason that I have a 10,000 BTU AC right there on that wall. Because if not, this room is completely unbearable to be in, let alone turn a computer on. Even at night. Because there's many times at night that it is still over 85 degrees at night. So, but welcome to the Central Valley. Let's see, did I miss anything? I missed something from Lynn. Originally from San Bernardino. Okay, nice. Very nice. As Borat would say, very nice. Okay, so all the other tank cars are behind the other Mikado. So that box will stay out. Trying to figure out where stuff goes. Stepson used to live in Bakersfield. Yes, that is very hot as well, Lynn. You are correct. That is another very warm area. For sure. Where? There's the other box I was looking for. Getting all confused trying to figure out where the hell does freaking cars go. Well, this one I know these go over there. These two go over there. Let's see. Iceman, I would say clean it as often as you start having issues with it. Yeah, Ward, definitely. Yeah, see, and you got Steve from Santa Clarita, very familiar with where that is. Oh God, Oildale. You can always tell when you're entering Bakersfield, especially coming in from the north, because you get that lovely burnt oil smell. Uh-oh. What was that? Okay, that was weird. My main monitor just blinked off and then back on again. Oh, boy. Let's not go there tonight, computer, please. Mustache Mike from Van Nuys. Okay, all right. I was originally born down in Paramount. And I grew up the first 12 years of my life down in SoCal. And then my dad decided to move back up here to the middle of effing nowhere when I was 12. And I was like, oh, I want to come with you. Yeah, what the hell was I thinking? Talk about culture shock. Ooh, I went from being a little surfer kid to in the middle of redneck hell. Apparently the music has decided to check out. So let's go back to playlists. Hello? What happened? Music. Playlists. What happened to my playlists? What happened? Okay, you guys can still see me and everything, yes? Oh, Monterey Bay, okay. I've got a friend that actually lives over in Salinas. K. Sassins, welcome to the stream. Kevin in Kansas. Very nice. Hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I was born in Paramount and I grew up in... And something went wrong. No kidding. Okay, why are we... apparently my internet is still being goofy. There we go. Okay, that's definitely not what I was going for. Okay. Give me 1 second. We're just going to go ahead and restart this whole thing here. Circle of Doom? Yeah, no Circle of Doom, please. Okay, we are all fixed. Yeah, Cassassins Kevin, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Yeah, grew up in Paramount, or born in Paramount, grew up actually in Whittier, of all places. That's where I pretty much grew up my whole life up until 12 was Whittier. Okay. Where is... Okay. This is the box I want. Put the locomotive away. Yeah, I don't know. There's been a lot of weird, like, our internet went down 2 days ago, and for some reason since then, there's just been a lot of oddities. Like, my son's PlayStation still won't connect to the internet. Thank God for me, because that means he's not chewing up bandwidth. But too bad for him. But yeah, since then, everything's been kind of just acting really hokey. So I don't know what's going on, but I have a feeling I may be calling AT&T. Good night. Ooh, everybody's bailing out, huh? All right, well, thank you everybody for coming out. Have a good night, Holly. Have a good night, RDK. Anybody else bouncing out? Oh, Holly, you're here for the duration? Oh, I'm sorry, then who? Oh, you were saying night to RDK. Sorry. I thought you were bailing out too, Holly. And I saw Jersey Bill go, good night, Holly. So, glad you're not leaving, Holly. Thank you for staying. So, okay, that train is now off. Yeah, now what to put on? Do I put on a very long, shiny, two-tone orange thing that I know Steve would like? I know Steve would probably really like that one. Do it. That I can do. I have not run that in a while, actually. Yeah, retired nightlife. There you go. All right, let's go ahead and prep this. This has got a few cars I have to put on the tracks, so it's not quite as bad as any of the little bullet trains, but it's a little more fiddly because some of the cars are linked together. So in a way it makes it easier, in a way it doesn't. Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Nice. And thank you for hanging around, Julian. Thank everybody for hanging around. Then it's time, Holly? Uh-oh. Okay, so how am I going to do this? I want this. Okay. I don't know how to do this. Okay. I have so many things I want to do on this layout. I think feature creep is starting to become a thing. Happen? This is the longest I've lasted with you, LOL. Oh God, what did I type? Yeah, Kevin, that was yeah. I mean, thank you for being around. I have a fairly reliable setup BHS, but what exactly are you referring to as far as setup? You talking about the layout or computer, or which to you are you referring? A lot of my setup is reliable, apparently, except for JMRI, which JMRI is one of the newer re-additions to the layout, and it's definitely being more finicky than I remember it being. I mean, I remember it had its moments for being a pain in the butt, but it is definitely taking the cake lately. Yes, Dave does have motel rooms. He's going to be more expensive than your area, Kevin. You know that because, you know, he's closer to actual city and everything. He's not out in the boonies like you are. Although, not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with being out in the boonies, because I don't mind being out in the country at all. The longer you stay, the more you save. So it's kind of like Costco, you know, the more you spend, the more you save, kind of thing. And yes, Holly, that is usually the phrase. If you have to ask, you probably can't afford it. You are very correct. All right. We are not putting the 4 chair car sets on tonight. We are just doing the 10 cars. Because dealing with a 10-foot long train, even on this layout, unless it's the only thing running, can get to be a bit much. But big chain charges just as much. And that seems very interesting. You can't say a proper sentence. Are you having one of those nights, Kev? I mean, Dave, you can't help it, right? Really? Re-railer? F, re-railer. F. The Kato re-railer just really let me down. Oh, God. Can't believe you've done this. We're technically in the after dark phase right now, right? Technically in the after dark hours. See what BHS. Let's see. What did I miss from BHS? Did I miss something from BHS? No. Reliable setup. The layout and video YouTube setup seem to be quite reliable. Oh yes, BHS, you were very correct. Yes. Keep saying Holly and the 40-year wife's ear perk up. I've got a son that's almost 40. Well, I can't say almost 40. He'd probably bitch slap me if he heard me say that. Yeah, well, this is true. So then I can play this when my re-railer fails me. Where is it?
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
Sorry if that was a bit much for some of my viewers. I do apologize. Uh-oh. Americans having issues again. Oh, I derailed the whole pilot truck this time. Not just the lead wheels. Wow. It might be getting ready to say it's tired. Alright, you're back on the track. There you go. Hey, easy. Guess it was excited to go. It just bolted out. Okay. Alright, what did I miss? What did you hear? Scott Rails is your late night entertainment. I tune in just for the music. Yeah. It wasn't much. I wasn't expecting it. That's all. Yeah. He's only 47. There's an issue. Oh! Oh, yes, there is. Oh, dear Lord, what happened there? There's quite a few issues on the track. Yes, there is. Apparently, I was a little too confident in my trains behaving themselves. The joys of side-by-side trackage, huh? Didn't break the Berkshire, did I? I don't want to have to answer to my wife. I think the Berkshire's okay. Alright, well, let's get the... Oh, that's interesting. I have never had them do that. That is very interesting. I have never had that problem with these cars. Other than them not wanting to connect them, you know, when I was setting them up, but otherwise, I haven't had any issues with Dave for coupling end scale. Kebab skewers. Alright, let's see if 765 feels like rolling. Electric Russ. Electric Russ? Is that somebody new? Where's Electric? Oh, it's Electric Russ. That's your... Okay, sorry. Never say never during a stream. Yes, thank you, Josh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check your thing out there, Russ. You fed YouTube after midnight, and that is a no-no? Oh, well. Yeah, I did. Okay. Uh-oh. The American may be getting to the point where she's a little tired. Because she's derailed for a second time now. I may end up switching out the poor little American. She's been running for quite some time. She's actually been running fairly well too, so I'm not going to get too upset about it. Probably the longest that poor little thing's run, to be honest. Oh boy. Okay. So let's get the Berkshire moving again. Let's get... Oh, and now the Mikado wants to leave its train. Okay, well, alright, so we'll be, luckily the Mikado's actually getting ready to, say night-night. Oh, I see what's going on here. Ow, ow! I'm being assaulted! Okay, that should work long enough to get the train off the track. Should work long enough to get the train off the track. So we're actually going to just leave the Mikado sitting there. Oh Lord, okay. I don't know what's doing it, but something over here is doing it, and Little American just came off the track again, so we're going to stop the American for now while I get all the rest of these trains sorted out. Okay. And what we're going to do now... Sorry, everybody, I'm not trying to space out on you. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, there's a monster at Fresno's, for sure. Keeps going around screwing with everything. Which one? The little one that's on the inside, Josh? Or the one that's on the main line? Let me see. Okay. Oh boy. Well, here you go, Steve. Oh yeah. Probably help if I throw that switch. Yeah, the cute little engine stopped, Holly, because it derailed for the second time in like 3 minutes, so... Because I like it, BHS in a way. I kind of like the mayhem of the lives. I love interacting with the with the viewers. Here we go. We get the nice GS4 daylight rolling. Yeah, I try and make the videos too. You know, I've had some people actually ask me about. Uh-oh. Get moving, you. Or you're gonna have a GS4 up your butt. Um, you know, I've had people ask me about doing some installs because, like for example, I just converted this Kato Mikado to DCC and sound. And it's a first run Kato Mikado. Can't be any more anti DCC than this particular locomotive is. So there's been a few that have asked for in-depth installs because something like that, that one's all hardwired. That one's all special. Ex- I don't want to say because I'm choosing my words very carefully because I don't want to sound like I'm being arrogant or I'm coming across arrogant because that's definitely not my intention. Is that it was a very delicate process, and if you're new to doing DCC conversions, it's not for the faint of heart. I sat on converting this locomotive for 12 years at least, because it quite frankly intimidated the hell out of me. So I avoided DCCing this locomotive because it literally scared me. Um, and just the other day, I said, you know what? What was it? 2 days ago now, I think it was 3 days ago. I said, you know what? What the hell? I had a ESU Lokesound Micro 5 sitting here. Um, yeah, I could have put it into my U50 or any of my other larger diesels or steam engines, but I said, why the hell not? So the Decoder Buddy. What I keep hearing people talk about Decoder Buddy. What even is Decoder Buddy? I've never looked it up, and I probably need to, just so that I can get familiar with it, because I've really been curious as to what Decoder Buddy is. The inner loop, Josh. The one on the inner loop is probably about 9-10 years old. Honestly, it's probably about 9 or 10 years old. Atlas hasn't made them for a long time. Atlas still does actually have parts for them though, which is actually very nice. If I need to get any parts for it, I can go on there and get replacements, which is pretty awesome. And if you do try and find them online now, because I've looked to see, because there were some other road names that I would have loved to have had, as far as the locomotive is concerned, and they want $150 to $250 for that American now. And I'm just like, that is such a tiny locomotive. I cannot justify spending that much on it. I was like, there's so many other locomotives that I would like to have that, would work really well for a live stream because they'd be able to pull their weight essentially. That I just can't justify spending that kind of money on a locomotive like that. Now, if I could find one at a train show for, even if it was like 125, or like 110, cool. Because I think when I bought this one for my daughter, it was at a train show. And I picked it up for, I think it was like 95 to 100. So, okay. Oh, is it? Well, you should be able to get a pretty good view of it right here at the lake loop. If it switches, I'll put it back. That camera is still glitching out. It's got to be something with that camera. Okay. The circuit board with pins for plugging in a 21 decoder, etc. Oh, okay, so it's meant to be like a jumper board. Yeah, the 440, Mike. That's the one I'm talking about. That one was bought for my daughter when I gave her this 2x4 layout. Excuse me, 1 second. I need to take a drink. Yeah, I had bought it for her when I initially gave her the 2x4 layout. Okay. Have trouble installing decoders. One of our club members works for NASA, but he doesn't like steam engines. Those go to the train freak AOA, aka Colonel Cotton Belt or Cotton Root. Yeah. See, that's what a lot of my friends were doing, Lynn, was they were sending them to me. That was part of why I ended up getting out of the hobby when I did about 8 years ago, was because I literally burned out. I was working on everybody else's stuff. I had no time for my own. You know, I had no time to do any work on this layout. You know, I had no time pretty much to do anything. Because I was always doing installs for friends, because I'm one of those type of guys that, you know, I won't tell you no, even if it's, you know, putting me off. I'll be hard pressed to tell you no. And so what it ended up doing is it ended up burning me out. Good night, Iceman. Thank you for coming and hanging out. So that's what happened. But, you know, you see things like, you know, when, you know, I DCC this. This is the one that I literally just finished, you know. I added all the little details to it. You know, I made the little oil bunker to sit on top of the tender instead of the coal load. It actually does have, and I need to start being more careful. Oh, what? Never mind. The tail light that I added, that does actually work, by the way. It's a functioning tail light. You know, I added things like that to it. And so it's why, you know, everybody would sit there and send this stuff to me. Now, to be fair, it's not that I wasn't compensated for my time, because I very much was. My friends were very good about that. But at the same time, it's just, you know, like I said, it just burnt me out. Yeah, virtually burned out, yes. Well, Josh, you should. I think the daylights are gorgeous locomotives. You going to work? All right. Have a good night. Be safe, kiddo. Love you too. It's my 18-year-old heading for work. She's the one that owns the little steam engine that's running on the inside loop. Decided to spend on the layout first and trains later. Not sure if it's the right way to go, but I'm loving my layout. Well, see, Steve, I was kind of doing both, because as you can see, I've got a lot of really nice, you know, buildings on the layout. Like when you look at, you know, the station cam, you know, there's a nice string of buildings, you know, and this isn't even all of them. I still have a whole bunch more down here on the shelf. Oh, that would explain what happened to my face. Ouch, Dave. Damn. Just, ow. Wow. Is that payback for the shot I took it was it Jim or Kevin that one night? Yikes, bro. That hurts a little bit, Dave. Not that I don't deserve it, but it still hurts. You're good, Dave. You're good. Hey, I can dish it out. I can take it, you know. Fair is fair. Short Dude 382, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the channel. Just running some end scale tonight. I need to figure out what I'm going to do on the inside track now, because I do have clearance requirements. I have very, very low clearance requirements. This is why, Dave, when I asked you how tall the express stuff was, that's why. That tunnel is literally only that tall. Yeah, clearance, exactly. That's why I asked, because I had messaged both Kevin and Dave. Obviously, Dave had a little more free time than Kevin did, because he ended up answering first. I'm not. That's not a knock at Kevin. Kevin's a busy man with work. Me and Dave are the YouTube bums. Where did that box go? Did it? Oh my god, it ended up back on the damn bottom again. That's it. I'm just going to start pulling them out, stacking them all over the damn room. I need more tables. Need more room. Then if I had more room, I'd have a bigger layout. It just gets worse from there. Anyways, get these cars put away. Because again, these food cars, that some of those tank cars, again, my wife. You know what? There was another thing I going to plan to run, and I'm actually going to set up in the staging yard. I think it was Raven and a few other people in Kevin's stream or in Discord. We were talking about it was Polizei. I do have a switcher, and you know what? I think I have, with it's 250, right? It's the 250th of the United States. You Canadian guys might not agree. You didn't do anything, Kevin. I had asked about the heights of the express trains. The YouTube bums. You know what, Dave? We could probably set something up with that. So here, let me pull out what I'm talking about. Excuse me while I whip this out. My wife has this set. And I think it would technically clear the tunnel. The boxcars, maybe. But we'll see. And it is DC only. Quick story about this locomotive. During this era of microtrain stuff, when they were using the lifelike locomotives, lifelike was having a serious metal issue where the metal started basically decaying over time. And so what happened was the frame of this locomotive literally started disintegrating. We bought this new at a train show, brand new, wrapped in plastic, everything. I opened it up, went to pull the locomotive out, and went, why the hell won't it run? Went to pull the shell off, shell wouldn't come off. So I'm sitting there pulling and tugging and trying to pull it out. Well, I finally got it to break loose, and when it came out, everything came out. Yes, Jersey Bill's zinc pest. And so my wife, very distraught, not happy, don't blame her. Hubby went on a mission. Problem was, a lot of parts broke of this chassis. Luckily, the parts that broke were parts that could be replaced from other chassis that weren't broken and just be painted. Hubby went on a mission. I bought a donor locomotive, pulled it all apart, saved the pieces that we could save and used to rebuild this locomotive. And I upgraded it of sorts. On this locomotive, the pickup tabs are usually mounted to the shell. Well, Jay's got a little bit of brazing experience. Jay brazed the brass bronze contacts directly to the frame halves. They're not coming off. This thing has excellent pickup now. But anyways, finally got it back together. This was one of those locomotives that sat for about the 8 years that I was out of the hobby. Oh, well, yeah, Scott, either Dave, yeah. Yeah, the Kata one's brittle handrails, but you can't go around, you know, here, let me go scene switcher while I do this. You can't go ham fisting them. But yeah, so it was pretty ugly. But got it fixed. And it took a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of work. But yeah, George, I guess you and Holly are. We're all the choo-choo, the Lifesteam, or not Lifesteam. Well, I guess I'm a Lifesteam bum, but we're all the model railroad bums now. Go ahead and pull these cars off, and I will get them put away here shortly. Get this train out and put on the tracks real quick. Power's off. Oh, I need to go get my tablet. Okay. And luckily, since it's microtrains, I don't have to put microtrains couplers on it. Why is it running the same? Oh, because I'm switching the wrong switch, you nerd. Okay. Let me go get my tablet so I can see what you guys are saying. Not be a bad host. Wait. Yes, crazy trains, exactly. Sausage fingers, yeah, it's another way to put it. Don't threaten you with a good time. Hey. All right. All right. We got to make sure we put these cars on in proper order so that they say what they're supposed to in the proper order. My wife also does have a number of other like bicentennial cars and whatnot. She's got some of the state's cars, some of the president's cars. She was a fan of those. You know, she loves her little sets, and you know, I'm not gonna slight her at all for it. She likes what she likes. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Oh, why did that just do that? Oh, because the boxcar is not on the track. That's why. There we go. Why don't they call it lead pest? I don't know. Oh, because it's not technically lead. It's the zinc, because the chassis are made out of zinc. Specifically, it was just the particular blend of zinc that Lifelike was using at the time that was like the most affected by it. And it didn't just affect their little switchers; it affected the larger road diesels and stuff too. Yeah, that's another thing too, George. Is the older plastics and whatnot definitely get brittle too. I get a little worried when I start working with some of the older Concours stuff I have, that I'm literally just waiting for something to break. All right. Well, it is off. You guys should be seeing it here momentarily. Let's see if we clear. It just clears the tunnel. And I do mean just. I would switch cameras, but I am not at the PC to do it. I'm still sitting over at my work desk, and the stream deck is over there. So I will follow this little sucker around once I get my butt back over to the desk, which I can do now. So, because the train is rolling down the tracks, and it did go around the corners, no problem. So, happy days. Oh, I lost the daylight there for a second. I was starting to panic. Evening, Nick. Welcome to the stream. Oh, Pantry Pilot, Dayton? Oh, hey, what's up, Dayton? And let me guess, Nick is our large friend, Nick? I mean, not that I have, well. Hello, boys. Those that do not know, these are some of my aviation friends. Yes, we are doing the choo-choo thing again tonight, as every Saturday night. And let's see if we can find... Oh, here we go. Here comes the little patriotic train. Oh, Nick is everybody's friend. That's the problem. He gets around quite a bit. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have to actually say that.
I've been around quite a bit.
Night, oh, Drew, thank you for coming out and hanging out, sir. Ah, we missed it. Or I missed it. Sorry, everybody. There goes the little... Here we can probably catch it as it's going back by the station. Well, for those that don't know, that sound clip, Max Paul, very welcome to the stream. That sound clip is actually Nick in chat talking. I have 2 folders of sayings from him. Alex, welcome to the stream, sir. Welcome back. Yeah, I'm sorry, Alex. I am having one of those nights, sir. Do I need a flatbed rail car hauling a Mustang in my set? I mean, I could put one in here. I have flat cars I use for pulling tanks. You're cross-eyed? Alright, Bill. You have yourself a good night, sir. Thank you for coming out and hanging out. Mustang plane. Oh, that... You know what would be better? Sounds like a stalking problem. Nah. What would be better on a flat car load would be something like a Hellcat or a Wildcat or an Avenger even. With the way the wings fold back, that would make a nice flat car load. Oh, there you go. You can see a little bit of it over there. Oh, well, it would need to be a depressed center flat car if you were riding it, Nick. I'm sorry. I do have that picture somewhere too. Okay, let's go over here to the park loop. We've got the daylight coming down the hill. There are counselors for that, yes. Well, it's a type of flat car, Holly. Depressed center flat car. But yes, I think there are counselors for that. But it looks like that little switcher is actually handling the trolley loop quite well. So that's good. They used to haul DC3s through the valley on flat cars. Well, they would have had to have stripped that down and literally taken the wings off at the root in order to get them on the flat cars. Yes, I'm sure you were, Holly. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill your joke. Michael Belts and Roro, welcome to the stream. How be you, sir? We are just, hopping around, admiring some choo-choos. Use your patented stick your finger in it technique. Glide path. The Canadian Evan. Another Canadian there, Dave. Yes, you are correct, glide path. Max Paul, yes, it is very much still under construction. Very much still under construction. Yes. Yes, Steve, you are very correct. Max Paul, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the channel. Oh, look, there you go. You got the little Freedom train going by right there. Which, by the way, read your previous comment. Let me find it there, Dayton. Hang on 1 second. No, I can start as a flat car, but by time he's done right. Oh, Dayton. Uh-oh. I'm hearing noises I don't like. Well, that sounded like something was derailing. I heard what sounded like derailing noises, so I freaked out. Hey Dave, we just had another Canadian join the channel. One of my aviation buddies that is what we affectionately... I'm hearing noises that don't like. Uh-oh. GS4 just jumped the shark over there. Why did the GS4 just split? Alright, we're going to go ahead and cut that. Well, that explains the sounds I was hearing. Why did that happen? I wonder. I've been running for so long without any problems. Why did that happen? I wonder. Oh, the trailing truck is completely off. Huh. Very interesting. Huh. Weird. Alright. So we've got that fixed. Nope, it's off again. The whole lead truck is off. That's weird. I literally just put it back on the track. Or so I thought. Okay, let's try that again. Go ahead and slow the GS4 back down. That was really weird. Wonder what caused that. Very weird. Had been running just fine, and then all of a sudden, said no more. All right, PCS open. We're all over the ground here. Yeah, pretty much, Alex. Just can awesome switcher. Thank you, Josh. Oh, the humanity. Yes, exactly, Evan. Glide Path Dave is our Canadian Evan friend that apparently went to Expo last year and I missed him. Damn it. Known him forever. Missed my chance to meet him last year. All right, Steve, thank you for coming by, sir. Have yourself a great evening, good rest of your weekend. Are you guys back on tomorrow, Steve? Hi, Mons. Welcome to the stream. I think Steve already left. What did I miss that Spence said? Oh, the daylight sundown. Yeah, it kind of did. Thank you for coming by there, Montsville. Just got a few little things running around here. We've got the affectionately it's a trial loop. Excuse me. Okay, that's better. Got a trial loop for the tram line running around the inside. That will eventually be a street running setup. I'm going to be picking up the Unitram track for that. And that is to go out and around what will eventually be the park out here, where the park will be where the 737 is sitting. That will be the park. So what will happen is we're going to be using tram or trolley or whatever to run around out here to the park and give people rides. Or pick people up, take them back across town, and so forth. Public transportation. She used to have another loop of track that actually looks like a cohesive piece. So. Are we missing a train? Oh, no, it's coming down right here. I think it's about Sunday afternoon for me, Mons. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was asking before he left, or I was trying to ask before he left, was if they were back on the normal time again tomorrow. I'm hoping, Holly. I mean, it'll be going fast through the shady area, which will be that industrial area over there where the tractor trailer facility is. I might even put in a couple hobo camps or whatnot over there. Because here in the park camp, you can see the tractor trailer facility, and you can see over where the containers are over there. I might even put in like a little hobo camp or whatever. Yes, Josh. It should be safe, Holly. All right. So the next thing that we're going to do is I am going to pull out another one of my wife's trains. And, oh, Lord. It gets heavy with all those boxes on top. Okay. Eyes are watering so bad you can hardly see the chat. Guess it's time to check out. Thank you, Mustache Mike, for coming by, sir. You have yourself a good night and good rest of your weekend. All right. So he is running that way. Okay. So we will set this up to run that way. Yeah, I hope he means sleep too. None of that checking out business. do. Okay. Cross everything you can cross that this goes well. Okay. Okay. Let's get this one programmed in. Okay. Here we go. Well, she's had a pretty good night here, celebrating with some more steam and whatnot. She's had lots of steam run tonight in her honor. Come on. I know you're right there. Come on. Okay. When this train becomes apparent, everybody should understand, and those of us that were having the conversation earlier should understand as well. Well, I thank you very much, George, for hanging out and being here tonight. Much appreciated. I appreciate everybody for hanging out with some crazy guy, Central California, with a bunch of trains and what used to be a garage. All right. Let's see if I can screw this one up. What do you mean? Why do I have another lower level track? You mean the one that's being backed into right now? Well, that one technically goes to a staging yard, Josh. Well, thank you, Holly. This is very true, Lynn. Very true. Alrighty. Well, that actually went well. It's the second train now that I've managed to back off the main and into that yard. Very surprised at how well this has gone tonight. Well, Mons, I mean, I appreciate you coming and hanging out. I really do. All right. Well, maybe we'll back this up just a little bit more. Where are we at? We're at 10:16. Well, we're probably going to wrap up at about 10:30. That will have given us 2.5 hours that we've been playing choo-choos. Yep, back in time for another backup club chair. Alright, so we can go ahead and get 765 put away. Matter of fact, I am going to sit down real quick and put my daughter's little American away. Because that's been out for... It's been out for a few days now. It needs to go back into its case where it's safe. Air quotes. As soon as I find it. That's not good. Where is... It's an Atlas case. Where the hell is it? Well, that's no bueno. Yeah. Where did I put the American's case? Well, that's not going to go over well. Yes, Holly. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out. And apparently this little switcher is breaking in quite nice because it's definitely picking up speed as it goes. I'm very happy that it actually handles these corners, which means my other little UP switcher would handle it as well. Because they're the same model, except the UP switcher's DCC with a few extra little bells and whistles, literally. Yes, the Daylight does have articulated coaches on it. It is the Kato 10-car set. So it's got a two-car articulated set, as well as the dining car, which is 3 cars that are all 3 articulated together. And I do actually have all 4 of the chair car sets as well, which are all double articulated, or 2 articulated car sets. I have got to find that locomotive's case. Well, find it after the stream. I got some choo-choos to put away. There we go. Yes, time zones are very weird. Oh, NTXN Scaler. Good evening. Sorry I missed your entrance. Welcome to the stream. Sorry about that. In the middle of parking trains and trying to find cases for trains that have been out for a few days that are not my trains. I may just end up putting it in this car box with Thomas and everything. I'm gonna have to end up pulling Thomas out one of these nights. Although I'm not entirely certain how our group will feel if I pull out Thomas. But I do have a DCC'd Thomas the Tank Engine. My daughter loves him, and Henry, and James. Just finished building your last train table today. It goes up to its room tomorrow. Awesome. Yes, playing trains is very stress relieving. All right, Josh, thank you for coming out. Hope you have a great night, and see you tomorrow on Steve's stream with him and Roxy. You know, the one car I forgot to put on with the Daylight, and this just means that the Daylight as it's running right now is running as it would look in service. I do actually have a Daylight auxiliary tender that I made. Made that many years ago. And I do have one. It's actually Actually came out okay. It still needs a few little things to finish it off, but it looks good behind the locomotive. Oh, thank you, Crazy Trains. The set that's running, the locomotive is the Fox Valley Models ES44AC, I believe it is, in the breast cancer scheme that UP did. And those are all breast cancer themed cars behind it. This is my wife's set. She's had some family members affected by breast cancer, and I lost both my mom and my stepmom to cancer. So, kind of an homage. Okay. Let's get this Berkshire put away. That is the next one that's actually going to have to go under the go in for service. It's due for its checkup, cleaning and servicing. Oh, it is a chunky locomotive though. Jesus, forgot how heavy this thing is. This thing probably weighs every bit as much as that GS4, if not maybe a little bit more. It's a very nice locomotive, you know, being Bachmann and all. But I do have some other odds and ends locomotives hanging about that have not really been seen. Thank you, Holly. Luckily, you know, both of them happened before COVID, so they didn't have to live through all of that. Mom was just before COVID. This is one of the little gems that I have kind of tucked away. It is a Hudson 464 done up in the UP 49er scheme. And attached to this lovely piece of paper is that optional flywheel that you can add to it. And that flywheel is heavy. Again, my wife's. She said it was cute and it looked like it had the 49ers football team paint job, so that's why she likes it. Alright. Still have to figure out what I did with this poor locomotive's case. So in the meantime, put it on this piece of track down here just to protect its wheels. Okay. So we got a little bit of everything running around at the moment. A little bit of steam, a little bit of diesel. Alrighty, Josh, you have yourself a good night, sir. Thank you again for coming out. Okay. Boy. Alright. Well, here, let's go ahead and check in on Miss... Oh, yep, somebody else is getting tirey, too. Somebody else has had enough. You were 26 when your mom passed. She died in a car accident. Yeah, it seems like that, Russ. It really does. You know, and going and seeing going to my Nana's funeral last week, kind of brought it all back. So, yeah, it can make things a little tough, for sure. For sure. So, let's see, what do we got? Park Loop. Get to the Park Loop. Oh, look, we got all three trains over here at the same time. Very nice. Get a nice little view of the breast cancer train. Yeah, I can't wait till this is actually all like filled in. I might actually end up raising this camera up higher so you get more of a top-down shot, because this is all going to be around the edge. The inside edge of this loop is all going to be homes and houses and whatnot. So it's gonna fill in pretty nice. Yeah, Russ, I agree with Holly. It definitely is. Alrighty, well. Oh, Mons, that's hard. Yeah, dad's all I got left out of pretty much his family or my mom's family. Everybody on my mom's side of the family's gone too. All of her brothers, her mom, her dad, they're all gone. Literally, dad is the only one I have left out of either side of the family. So my wife already knows that when dad goes, I'm going to be a complete train wreck. No pun intended. It's what it's going to be. So, and we got, dad's still in the process of selling his house. And he's still telling me he wants to buy a steam engine. Ugh. Not that I wouldn't mind having a live steam engine. Like, okay, daylight's off the track again. All right, I gotta wait for the breast cancer train to go by. Yeah, again, something on this, the coming around and coming down the park loop over here is derailing the daylight. So I'm gonna have to investigate what it is. Something over here is derailing the pilot truck on the daylight, which normally is not something that happens. Because the pilot truck on the daylight is not a light thing. It's got quite a bit of weight on it. Wonder if that's telling me it's time to pull off the day. Well, we only got like a couple of minutes left anyway, so I'll go ahead and leave everything running that's running for now. Yeah, Dad just turned 80 this year, and so he's living in a senior community. It's not a senior home. It's actually a senior apartment community. He seems to like it okay. He's still adjusting to he has nothing to do. Okay, why am I seeing two different cameras? Can you guys hear me? Oh, I see what happened. Never mind. I see what happened. Oh, had 6 weeks of 5 days a week of radiation treatment. Yeah, Mom went through that with her uterine cancer. We've just had another friend of ours in the aviation community that was going through the treatments. The headset that I'm using is actually just regular wireless. It has a little like dongle puck thing that sits on top of the corner of the monitor, so it's just regular like wireless. My kids have a version of the same headset that does have Bluetooth though. It's a Arctis 7 by SteelSeries. Mine's many years old. I forgot how this one's well over a decade old, and it still works just fine. The only thing I've done with this is I've replaced the ear cups. I'm sorry to hear that, Lynn. It's hard. I know I mean, obviously I haven't gone through it, but I've, helped Mom when she was going through it. And Mom had a lot of hard days. But I would bring the grandbabies over to see her, and they would help, kind of cheer her up. So I did the best I could, as I basically just watched Mom die. So fortunately, when Mom got to the absolute worst is when I kind of shielded the kids from it, so that they would remember Mom for who she was, not what she ended up being towards the end. So unfortunately, Brielle will never get to know either of her grandmothers. She knows my wife's mom, so that's good for her. She's at least got one grandma. But all right, Choo Choos and Bruce, thank you so much for coming out. We're actually getting ready to wrap it up here in a minute, anyways. Oh man, Lynn, I'm so sorry to hear. Yeah, I really hope that you're in a good state, Lynn. You look pretty good when I see you on stream, sir. Well, everybody, we're a few minutes over, which is fine. I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out tonight. Great fun as always. And I'm gonna try and see if I can't nail down. You're in a good state in the state of California. You said where you're at? You're down in San Bernardino, Lynn? Or where are you at now? Palmdale. Okay. Alrighty, Peter. Aloha, sir. Have yourself a great day, great rest of your weekend. Thank you, everybody, again for coming out. I'll have to get in touch with you, Lynn, because I'm going to be. I have to take a trip out to the boneyard to pick up a throttle quadrant for a 747. So maybe while I'm out that way, I can make a little detour. So thank you, everybody, for coming out. And yeah, great time as usual. And we'll see you guys all again next week. Same time, right after Kevin. So have a good night, everybody. And we'll see you next time.